Hi guys, this is Alex from Mason Lifestyle. I hope everybody is doing well and that you are enjoying the spring weather, whatever that might be, which is sometimes snow, rain, or sunny and warm skies. The weather by us in Chicago has been all over the place. But if you are new here, hello, my name is Alexandra. I am a mom of two teenagers, pretty busy trying to do my hobby, which is sewing, and also juggle all the mom duties and the responsibilities I have that seems to be never ending these days, just to keep up with all the school stuff. But anyways, I wanted to bring you guys a video because T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing had posted on Instagram that she had seen a Butterick pattern at her local Joann's, and I was like, okay, well, that was last week, and she had said, well, we should be seeing these soon. And today is Tuesday, and I have yet to see anything on the Something Delightful website. I know that they had just done the big announcement that they are going to bring PDFs, that they are going to merge the somethingdelightful.com website with the Simplicity website, and that they're going to be redoing this with a completely brand new website, that we're going to have access to more PDFs, and that we are going to have access to out-of-print patterns via PDF, which, guys, I think it's wonderful. I know some of us in the United States are lucky and very blessed that we can buy these patterns at our local store for pennies. I want to say pennies, for $1, $2, or $6, which is a very cost effective. It's cheap, right? So you can get a multiple patterns, but perhaps somebody out in New England or perhaps Australia or Canada, and they love to get these patterns, but I do hear that a lot of people in Canada cannot even get the patterns, or perhaps they're 1 or 2 seasons late, or perhaps even when they go on sale, they're still $20 a pattern. And you know, I know that when I invest money on an indie pattern, it's like, oh, do I really need to spend $16 on this pattern? And you know, you get some hesitation, right? So definitely that is something great that that the design group who owns all these big 4 pattern companies is going to be doing. So I'm very happy about it, right? If you are a paper pattern gal, then you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep getting my paper patterns, which that will probably be me. But I see sometimes there are some benefits of getting a PDF. For example, if you have a bunch of adjustments on a pants pattern, you can see, while perhaps getting a PDF that you can print 1,000,000 times over and make the 1,000,000 changes, and you'll still be okay. So again, added bonus. I don't think they're taking anything away from us. I think the fact that they're merging the website from Something Delightful to Simplicity is great, because first, that name was just not great to begin with, and two, I'm hoping that they do perhaps a little bit of a better job as to on the search function. If I wanted to try to find a skirt for a Vogue, right, that it can show me all the skirts. Perhaps I want a long skirt from Vogue, they can show me all of those. How about a long A-line skirt, right? So we'll see. I'm sure that database for all of those patterns that they have is enormous. So we'll just wait and see. But today's video is about the Butterick patterns and getting you guys a little sneak peek for the patterns that I saw on my local Joann's, and surprisingly enough, they had them all stacked, guys. And guess what else they had? They had new look patterns, and I will have to say I'm a little sad that they're not making a big to-do about these patterns, and maybe they have overlooked it and they're focusing on something else. But I certainly hope that a Butterick and New Look don't go the wayside of Quick Sew, which unfortunately I still miss Quick Sew, but they are gone. And if you have one of those older patterns, my goodness, hang on to those, because they are good stuff. But I wanted to talk and just kind of put the pictures up that I took because again, these patterns as of the day, Tuesday that I'm filming this video, they are not up on the website. I'm hoping that by the time this video comes up or Friday, that these patterns are released. I know that Nomi patterns are also going to be releasing some patterns momentarily because I see a lot of the people that are the designers for Nomi patterns are posting some of them. So I'm going to put a couple of pictures up, and guys, it looks like, just like Mimi G said, that they have expanded the sizing range for some patterns, not all of them, for some patterns, and they're splitting them in the envelopes, for example. And again, this was on the rack, so I'll just put a picture up and just talk about it. So I don't know the exact pattern number for this one, but this is a Butterick dress, and it's definitely a wrap dress with some flounces on the neckline and also some flounces at the bottom. They do have, and that the sizing for that goes from 4 to 12, and then the sizing for the larger range, I believe that goes from like 18 to like 32. Let me see if I find it. I did not take a picture of that, but Butterick 6927 is the plus size for Butterick 6926. Here's a picture of both of them together. Lovely dress, but my only question is, have we seen this before? I swear I have seen this pattern before. It's beautiful. It looks gorgeous. And guys, as beautiful as it is, I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna take a pass at this because I believe I have tons of patterns like this in my pattern stash, and I'm trying not to buy more stuff if I have something that's pretty comparable, right? So beautiful pattern. Here is another pattern, and same thing. This pattern also was made in the misses sizing and the plus sizing. It's Butterick 6930, and it comes with a beautiful, really nice top, and then the larger range is sized from 20 women's to 28 women's. Really cute pattern. I love View B. It actually reminds me a little bit of the pattern from Tilly and the Buttons, Maybelle, that just got released. That pattern has more of like a sweetheart neckline, and this has more of a V neckline. But again, if you do not want to invest in the pattern from Tilly and the Buttons because perhaps it is cost prohibitive for you, you can also get this pattern. And guys, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. And I'm doing this video today because I told you this weekend they're having a sale, and guess what is on sale? You got it. So let me keep going. I also saw this pattern. I don't know if I'm crazy about it. It looks like it is a tunic with a button down, and then kind of like more like a loose pair of pants. And then again, a tunic with a collar and also kind of like a tie on the side. I know I have a pattern, I believe it might be a simplicity pattern by the American Guild. It looks very similar to this. Definitely not the same, but pretty similar. So that's that. They also have this pattern, different tops from Polymer Pledge with a V neckline, a rounded neckline, square neckline, and then with a little bit of a peeking opening. This looks like a great little pattern to have in the stash because you can, of course, if you've never worked with Polymer Pledge patterns, they're awesome because you get lines of exactly perhaps where to do a full bust adjustment if you needed to do so and whatnot. So again, a nice little pattern to have in the stash. And that pattern goes from 8 to 16. I did not recall seeing this larger size range, but I'm sure it's in there. Here is another one. This was for a wrap skirt in 2 different lengths. Really cute. I think this is a really cute pattern, but again, I'm sure that I have like 2 or 3 wrap skirt patterns staring at me that I have yet to make. So again, if you don't have it, go grab it. It's beautiful. Here is another pattern with, again, a wrap dress. This looks like a woven or a knit. I cannot tell. I was racing out of there. I think it took me like 10 minutes to take these pictures. But you have 2 different types of sleeves and a color. It looks like you have some gathered at the sleeves. And guys, do you ever wonder why do we have so many gathers at the sleeves versus just a good old traditional sleeve? All you see these days, either like gathers. I get it, you want a little bit of lift on your sleeves or drop down shoulders. I know why, but I wish that sometimes we just gotta say, you know what, just put on the big girl panties on and figure out how to make those sleeves work. Anyways, great if you're a beginner, right? And you are scared of setting sleeves, they're taking care of you. And of course, if you didn't want the gathers, all you gotta do is just make sure that you modify the pattern. Here is a Butterick retro pattern from the 1950s. It looks like it is a lovely sweetheart, a strapless dress, and you could put either straps or no straps, and a little bolero. Very cute, beautiful. Let me see the sizing on that. 6 to 14 for the one that I took pictures of. So I suspect that there is another larger range. And then they also had a wardrobe pattern where you get a pair of pants, you got a skirt, you got a jacket. So again, a nice little pattern to have if you are looking to do a wardrobe. And this looks really nice and traditional. So again, nice little pattern to have. The sizing that I found was from 8 to 16. So I'm sure that they're gonna have from like 18 to 28 or 32. Let me keep going. Another Polymer Pledge pattern. This is for a top, just a button-down top with a collar, different types of sleeve lengths, and different types of pockets. So another nice one. I think this is a really nice pattern, and I don't know if you guys have seen that new pattern from Friday Pattern Company. It is a top. It looks something quick to sew to make. I don't even remember the number or the name. I'm so sorry. I'll try to put a picture up of it, but this looks a little bit similar to that. Here is another pattern. This is Butterick 6929, and this looks like a tunic, very long tunic in 2 different lengths. Guys, I did a sew along for a very similar pattern to this. So again, I usually say before you run out and go get all these patterns, perhaps it's time for us to kind of check out what we have in the stash. And do we need to get this one? Again, if you don't have it, it's a good one. And I believe that is it for the Butterick patterns. They also had some patterns for children. I believe like 3 or 4 of them, but I counted at least like 12 to 15 new patterns for Butterick. And as I mentioned, their sizing range has changed a little bit. I have more questions about that, but I probably have to go into the site. Is the woman patterns made for a block with a B cup, C, D? Would love to know. And if any of you guys know, please let me know in the comments below. I'm always kind of hesitant about getting the larger size range just because I'm right in between sizes. So As I told you guys, I also saw new look patterns over there, and these were definitely new because my Joann's barely ever stocks new look patterns. So when I saw these, I did a double take, and I'm gonna show you this pattern. This is new look 6749. Guys, tell me, does this remind you of anything that we've seen in the last 2 years? It sure does. It was a very popular pattern from McCall's. And here it is. I would definitely say that the pattern from McCall's has a couple of more different views, but there it is. Here is another pattern, new look 6748. Just a beautiful dress with a V neckline, sleeves, or you can go sleeveless. You have two different views. The sizing is from 8 to 18, and we've talked about new look and their sizing. It is what it is, right? We can't have all the things. Here is another new look pattern. This is 6755. It is a pleated skirt in two different lengths. Very cute. I know I wore a pleated skirt when I went to high school in my little Catholic school. So I am almost anti-pleated skirts, probably because I wore those from Monday to Friday for 6 years. So I think I'm good on that department, but it's really cute. Here is a pattern that I saw for men. And guys, these are not in any order whatsoever. I was just taking pictures and showing you. This is a pattern for men. It is new look 6760. It is for knits, and it is looking like it is a knit top. And of course, a pair of sweatpants. You have a little bit of color blocking on these. So again, sizing for this is small to XXL, so extra, extra large. Another pattern, 6758 for new look. It looks like it is a, I don't know if this is for knits or if this is for wovens. I would suspect that you can make them either or, because you have a top with elasticated neckline, an elasticated bottom, and also elastic sleeves at the cuffs. So I would suspect that you can make that either in a woven or in a knit if you choose to do so, and also some very loose pair of pants. The sizing on that is from extra small to extra large. Great for someone who is young and carefree and just wants to wear that for the summer. Here's another one, and this is new look 6752. And I am sure there are other patterns that I have in my stash for this. This is a bodysuit with a V neckline and also a turtleneck. It is for knits. It reminds me a little bit of the Megan Nielsen Rowan pattern, and I have to say I've been looking forward to getting that pattern in the holidays, but I'm thinking I'm gonna forgo that and just get this one. The sizing on this is extra small to extra large. I just want some sort of bodysuit or something that I can just kind of cut off at the hip, add another inch, and it's a little bit more fitted that I can wear for skirts and whatnot for the summer. I also saw this pattern. It is new look 6757. It has a skirt in two different lengths with side pockets, or actually these are not patch pockets, kind of like almost like slash pockets, and then opening at the front. It reminds me of a simplicity pattern that is very popular and has a couple of different views. This also includes a tank top. So guys, this is why I'm saying check out these patterns, but perhaps it's good that you look through your stash and see if you have some of these already. Here is another pattern. This is new look 6756. These are wider leg pants. They do have side pockets. Again, the pants are pleated, but it has a waistband. They look great on the model. They look beautiful. The sizing on that is from 10 to 22. So again, kind of like the sizing on patterns for New Look is kind of they're trying to get to the bigger size range, but also that means that the smaller size range tends to suffer. They definitely cannot put all the sizing in there. So here's another one. And then I believe this might be the last pattern that I was able to see for New Look. So again, I don't know if these are all of them, right? I suspect that there might be some patterns for kids in the batch, but I didn't see them. So again, I don't know if this is all of them, but this is pattern 6750, and it looks like it's a wrap dress with 2 different sleeves, sleeveless and longer sleeves, in a flounce. And like I've been saying for some of these, make sure that you go through your pattern stash and see if you don't have something that is very similar to that. So that's it for my sneak peek for Butterick and New Look. Like I said, guys, I hope that these brands are not going to go by the wayside, because it looks like some of these patterns may be reissued from past patterns with a couple of different changes. So what am I working on? Currently, I am working on this for my daughter that wanted it. I saw this really cute fabric at Joann's in this color. It is a double gauze. She loves this type of like purple lavenders, and it looks great on her. So I'm working on that, hoping to have that done for her by this weekend. But guys, what did you guys think of that sneak peek? Let me know in the comments below if you are going to get any of those patterns. And also, do any of these patterns remind you of other patterns that you have in your stash? I know some of these do. All right, guys, I will see you next time.